Yu-Gi-Oh! Is nostalgic for many reasons. Whether you loved the show as a kid or played the card game, or both, Yu-Gi-Oh! As a franchise has touched the hearts of many. In this series, Absolutal, my roommate, and TheOmegaCondor, myself, are going to put together competitive decks using sealed product and progressing each week in anticipation for the return of large-scale Yu-Gi-Oh! Events, such as YCS and beyond. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Rivals. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Rivals. Today we have myself, TheOmegaCondor, and Absolutal with me, and we are going to be making sealed-only decks, starting with 3 of Structure Deck Rocket Revolt and 3 of Structure Deck Dino Smashers Fury. So these decks are nothing new to any of the viewers, so we're just gonna make our decks and get right into the deck profiles. Alrighty, so let's go and get down into the deck profiles. I'm running Rockets, so pretty simple stuff. For the monster lineup, we have 3 copies of Rocket Tracer, really good card, one of your combo starters. You can target another face-up card on your, you can target a face-up card in the field, not just another one, and it special summons a rocket from the deck. So pretty standard stuff. And then we've got 3 Silver Rocket Dragon coming up here. You've got 3 Absorouter. I really like Absorouter because you can just, it's a free summon if you've got a rocket on board, and it also, when it hits the grave, you get to add a rocket monster back to your hand from the deck. So it's great stuff. It's great stuff. Auto Rocket Dragon next. And pretty much, you know, the rest of the rocket lineup is pretty standard. 2 Magna Rocket, and then I've got 1 Metal Rocket, 1 Rocket Recharger, 1 Shell Rocket, 1 Rocket Synchron, and an Anist Rocket Dragon to round off the rocket engine. All of them have the same floating effect. I'm not really too concerned with their main monster effects because I'm not sure I'll be resolving them during this duel. On to the rest of the monster lineup, we've got 1 Defrag, 1 Gateway, 1 Background, and 1 Checksum Dragon. So Checksum Dragon's good battle protection, Background Dragon is good recursion, Gateway Dragon is another, it's a pretty solid normal summon in my opinion, and then Defrag Dragon is a good way to get a free body on board as well. Then, on to the spells, we've got 3 Quick Launch, really good stuff. It lets you special summon a rocket monster from the deck. Not a once per turn effect, you can activate multiple in the same turn, so if you get multiple of this, you know, you're pretty set for the turn. Next up we've got Squib Draw, pretty good card. Target 1 rocket monster, you can destroy it and you get to draw 2 cards. It's pretty standard pure rocket build right now. Next up we got 2 Boot Sector Launch. I decided to go with 2 because we don't have Striker Dragon yet. And then I've got 2 Boral Regenerator. Free draw if you've got Tracer on board. Continuing with our spells, we've got Double Twin, self-explanatory. Double Dragon Shrine, good to send Absorouter as a target so you can add a rocket monster to your hand. We've got Double Poly and 1 Rapid Trigger for the Furious Dragon. So I went with Double Poly because I tried 3 in testing online and it just got a little bit cloggy. Moving on, we've got a 6-card trap lineup. We have Double Mirror Force and a Launcher to go with that. And then we've got 1 Magic Cylinder, 1 Imperial Order, and 1 Red Reboot. So that rounds out the trap lineup and finishes off the main deck. For the extra deck, we have triple copies of Borreload Furious Dragon. I'm not sure we're going to be going into this thing 3 times, but you know, we've got the extra deck cards. We may as well fill it up to the max with 15. I really like this card. It's this quick effect scrap dragon effect, basically. Next up, we have triple copies of Topologic Zero Boros. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to be going into this guy 3 times at all in the duels, but like I said, we have the cards, may as well max out the extra deck. This card is so good. If anything is summoned to a zone it points to while it's in the extra monster zone, all the cards on the field get banished and it comes back in the next standby phase. It's a great, great card. I love this card so much. And next up, we've got Double Borreload Dragon. Borreload's really cool. In pure rockets, it's a little bit difficult to get the field presence in order to get this guy on board because it requires at least 3 monsters. Next up, we've got 2 Triple Burst Dragon. Really, really good card. And then we've got Double Quad Boral Dragon and then Triple Booster Dragon to round off the extra deck. So that's what we're working with today in the duel. And now, let's move on to Absolutal's deck profile, yeah?
All right. So it's my turn. I'm Absolutal, and I'm going to be running Dino Smasher Fury. I think that's the name of the deck. So we're going to start with these three. I love this card. It's so cute. I love those little hands. I'm running 3 of these, obviously, some good search potential. So I'm going to be running 3 Ultimate Tyranno. This card is ridiculous. I didn't believe OmegaCondor when he was telling me about it. Because I'm just now starting to get back into the game after years and years, you know, the old Yu-Gi-Oh player story. Being only aware of, you know, Season 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! I really wanted to get back into the game because now that I have someone to play with, it's going to be a lot more fun. I'm going to be running 3 copies of Soul Eating Oviraptor. This card is really good. Again, I'm going to be running 3 Megalo Masher X, a pretty good 2000 beater. I also like how big his teeth are. Here we go. We're going to be running 3 Miscellaneoususes. It protects my monsters from card effects and things like that if I activate it from my hand. Pretty good stuff. Next, I will be running another cute little trio, the Baby Sarasaurus. I'm going to be butchering a lot of these names, by the way. And then I'm going to be running 2 of these Tyranno Infinities. 3 would just be a little too much. I'm going to be running 1 Super Ancient Dino Beast. I know that's a little out of left field, but I think this card just has a really interesting effect that I'd like to work with. Besides Miscellaneousaurus, there's not too much protection in the deck. So I'm going to go ahead and run 1 Stegocyber. If you guys aren't aware of this card, while it's in the graveyard, I can pay 1,000 life points and special summon it to the field. When it leaves the field, it's banished. So it's just a good protection that I'm running. And then lastly, for monsters, I'm running the Rescue Rabbit. I'm honestly not too big of a fan of this card. Compared to all the other choices that I had in this structure deck, this seemed like the best of them. I don't think Rescue Rabbit will be sticking around for too much longer. Now we're going to go to spells. We got Terraforming. Up next, we got 3 Lost Worlds, you know, your bread and butter field spell. I love Lost World. I really love the token effect that it has on it. That tokens. Up next, we are running 3 copies of Fossil Dig. That's just going to be a good way to search for some more cards and stuff like that. And that's why I basically added Stegocyber, is because Stegocyber meets the requirements for these 3 cards. If I'm in a pinch, it's going to be an easy way to get that, or if I need my Oviraptor, you know the drill. Alright, next is 3 Twin Twisters, 3 Swords of Concealing Light. That was the last of the spells. Quaking Mirror Force. Now, I've never really seen this card until about 3 weeks ago. I really think this is a cool effect. I'm running 1 Survival's End. Again, I'm not a huge fan of this card because I'm only running 3 normal monsters. I don't think Survival's End is going to stick around for too long. And Fossil Excavation, trap card I'm not too fond of, but if I'm in a pinch, perhaps it'll save me. Lastly, it's kind of an unorthodox pick, but I'm going to go ahead and go with Secret Blast. You know, I really like gimmicky Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and this is one of them. He's going to have a lot of special summoning going on, and he's going to have a lot of cards on the field, so I think this is going to be a good card to trip him up for now until I find the replacement or I find a better use for this card. I don't have anything in my extra card zone, obviously, but I got tokens, so that's all that matters. I think I can just beat him with tokens. Also, real quickly, I'd like to thank OmegaCondor for helping me with my research in this deck. He showed me a lot of cool videos, and he showed me a lot of combo potential, so just a little shout out to him.
Alright, and here we go, the very first duel between Absolutal versus OmegaCondor. Alright, so game 1, we both rolled a 7, and so I re-rolled, and I got a 7 again. And then I lost the die roll to an 11, so OmegaCondor got the first choice.
I decided to go first, and all I could do was summon a Silver Rocket Dragon and set an Imperial Order that I would immediately forget about next turn.
So, turn 2, I draw, then I activated Lost World from my hand. I then normal summoned Soul Eater, and I searched for Misk, and for some reason I put it in the graveyard like a goofball, but it's fine, we're still learning. Then off the normal summon, I give him a token, and then I attack into silver.
And I remember that I have Imperial Order on board. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Alright, I activate Imperial Order. Rocket Tracer's gonna target.
I
the
activate it
token
to stop
and pop
Lost
it.
World, and I sack the token for Tracer's effect. I summon Auto Rocket Dragon and link into Booster Dragon. I normal Metal Rocket Dragon and then use Booster on Metal, and then chain Metal's effect to destroy all cards in the same column. I attack 1900 to face and end my turn, and then I forgot about Metal Rocket Dragon's end phase effect, so I didn't get a summon off of that.
Alright, TheOmegaCondor pays the cost for Imperial Order.
'Cause I don't like Lost World.
Then I banish 2 of my dinos in my graveyard to summon the Conductor. So after that, I normal summon Infinity, and I swing into Booster with Infinity, but then he activates the graveyard effect to summon a monster from the grave. So then he special summons Tracer and uses its effect to destroy Imperial Order. Then he summons Anis the Rocket Dragon. When I declare attack again, he activates Rapid Trigger to destroy his dragons and summon Borlord Furious Dragon. Oh boy, not a fan of this card. I declare the attack again with my Conductor, and then he uses the dragon's effect to destroy itself and my Conductor. Wah wah. And then in the end phase, he summons Tracer again off the Anis the Rocket.
I start off my next turn by banishing for Furious Dragon's effect to summon Booster Dragon from the graveyard, and I normal summon Shell Rocket with, and then I proceed to misplay by activating Booster Dragon's effect illegally. Because if you didn't know, under Furious Dragon, I can't use the Revived Monster's effect that turn. I feel really, really bad about this. I chain Shelly to destroy Infinity, and I activate Poly and chain Tracer to pop the Poly and summon Silver Rocket. Then I fuse Tracer and Booster Dragon into another copy of Furious Dragon. Then I'm dumb again and normal summon for a second time. Damn, I am really bad at this game. I pop my illegally normal summoned monster to pop Lost World with Furious Dragon, and then I attack and end my turn.
So throughout this whole time, I had a second copy of a Conductor in my hand, so again, I banish 2 dinos and I summon it, only to immediately be met with the fate of the dragon's effect, and he was destroyed. I set a monster and I just pass.
This turn, I top deck an Apsarouter Dragon and I summon it and link into Quadboral Dragon. I didn't even bother with the Apsarouter effect because I knew if he didn't have anything, it was game. I got him down to 200 life points and passed.
I summon another Infinity, and he just uses the effect, and then it's the end of my turn.
I summon Auto Rocket and then I swing for game. Game 2.
Alright, so I decided to go first. I set a card, and then I summon Oviraptor, and then with its effects, I send a Megalo Smasher to the graveyard, and my turn.
I opened really well this duel, just being honest. I start with a quick launch into Tracer, then I use my second quick launch and chain Tracer to get 2 more monsters on board. I go into Booster Dragon, target Metal Rocket Dragon, and chain its effect to destroy all cards in the column. I drop Poly to go into Furious Dragon and attack for 3k to face. I set a card, and then Metal summons Magna Rocket in the end phase, and I pass turn.
So, my turn. I start with Lost World again. I got Conductor again, so I went ahead and summoned it. But we both let another misplay happen when he used Furious Dragon to pop his rocket monster instead of only being able to target the token, like Lost World says clearly in the text. But you know, Yu-Gi-Oh players, they don't read. I summon Infinity, then I swing into Furious with the Conductor, and then attack the token with Conductor and attack directly with Infinity. In my end phase, he summons Auto Rocket off of Magna, and then uses Squib Draw to pop Auto, and draw 2 and get a summon off of Auto since it's still the end phase.
Now with Tracer on board, I can special summon Apsarouter from hand. Then I Dragon Shrine, chain Tracer to pop Dragon Shrine for another rocket, and the Apsarouter engraved from Dragon Shrine gets me another rocket to my hand. I normal summon the added monster, and I link into Borlord Dragon. Borlord knocks Infinity down by 500 attack points, and I take control of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno in battle.
I'm going to attack your Ultimate Conductor, activate effect, take control in a zone, and then I'm going to enter battle and attack for 2,000 to face.
So I basically draw into nothing, and I end my turn on a empty board.
And I'll enter battle.
And I swing for game.
GG.
Good game, duelist. Those are my face downs.
So, what did we learn?
Well, pay attention for one thing. Read the text
Yep.
for another thing. And, I don't know, keep track of our normal summons.
Yeah. Oh God. Wow. All right. Yeah. I clearly need to go, like, revisit Hooked on Phonics clearly, so I can remember how to read my cards, and then also I need to reread the beginner's guide that came in the structure decks, because I clearly don't know how many normal summons we get per turn.
Honestly, I kind of thought it was fine because, I mean, thinking back to the first episode of Duel Monsters, I don't know, everybody's cheating in like the beginning of Duel Monsters and things like that. And
Exactly.
that's what I'm looking at.
That's what we're modeling. That's our model for the show. Is we're
Yeah.
gonna go season 1 of Duel Monsters.
It was all intentional.
Exactly. Screw the rules. I have money.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, clearly we have a lot to learn about our respective decks, but next time I think we'll have a better grasp on what we're doing. So that's the end of the video. Stay tuned for another episode coming very soon of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Rivals. See you guys.
Bye.